Hi everyone, AMD here, YAS Podcast. Today I'm with NatsHoney. We're going to be talking about the Fire Fund collaboration between the Black Sex Worker Collective and Strippers United. Hello, Nats. Please say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Nice for you to see me today.
Exactly. It is very nice for people to see you, gorgeous. Thank you for being here with us today to talk about this important cause that you and Strippers United, Black Sex Worker Collective is working on. We're going to ask you some questions so we can inform our audience. Are you ready? Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So first one, we would like to know, I think a lot of people would like to know what was it like at the time when, like at the height of the fires? What was going on? What was it like for everyone?
I would say scary. That's the first word that comes to mind. And it comes
Okay.
in really bold, big print, like scary. I actually live in an area where we were sandwiched between two fires. And then at one point, we got sandwiched in between three fires. So we evacuated once, stuck it out the other times. And I would say I had a nervous breakdown when I was driving home from training on the 101 freeway, and as I'm leaving Hollywood, there's like a big plume of black smoke coming from over the hill over yonder. And as I'm driving on the 101 leaving Hollywood, and I'm driving closer to my home, I'm actually driving closer to the plume, and it's
Oh,
getting
shoot.
red and it's getting dark,
Yeah.
and and with that it's just a very scary combination because it's nothing they could really do
Yeah.
overnight to fight it, and it seems like it was growing, and it was in an area that I knew was I hiked to this area from our house, so
Sure.
it was a little too close to comfort for me. It was a very scary time, weeks, I want
Yeah,
to say weeks.
I bet. Yeah, that must have been terrifying. Like it probably looked like driving into hell or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I can only imagine. Yeah, gosh, that must have been so scary. And with everything that's happened in Los Angeles, is there any stories that you can share of what's happening for sex workers, for Black sex workers in particular, in that area where the fires were raging the most?
So a couple of things. Like I don't know anyone personally in the area, and that was one of the things that was brought
Okay.
to light after this happened. I knew
Hmm.
about the Eaton area because of a waterfall that's in that area. People like to go hiking in that area, but I didn't really know about the historic climate of it, or even the diversity aspect of it, or kind of like what it all was. And
Okay.
when disasters of any sort happen, no one's necessarily thinking about sex workers and how that relates to them. But me,
Right.
I instantly think of that because I'm like, I know that there's a sex worker who is looking after their family. And if you have a
Right.
population of, just random number off the top of my head, you have a population of 20,000 people, I can guarantee you at least 5 to 10 people are dancers in that. And then whatever money they're making, they're helping other people out with. So therefore it has a domino effect, but nobody's trying
Right.
to necessarily help that dancer. And this being a predominantly African American area, it seemed urgent to me that we try to get something done. Luckily, a friend of mine through the pole community introduced me to a longtime stripper friend of hers who was totally affected by this area. Grandmother's
See.
house went up in flame. Two cousins' houses went up in flames. They lost personal, like material objects as well. They're on the ground helping at the churches, handing out things for the children, like doing it. So
Mm.
at least now I know one. I'm hoping through this mutual aid, we can learn to know more and help out as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. Gosh, that must be devastating to have so many people in your family lose their home at once. That I can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah, I was really inspired by their resilience. I would like to say the dancer. I
Yeah.
was really inspired by their resilience because it wasn't, it's never like a hang your head. And even then, if it's temporary, but it was instant action. How can I help my family? How can I help the community? How can I be of service? And to
Yeah.
me, that sounds like a worker, and this person had, they have been around for a while. Like, I consider them a veteran in the business, even though I don't have a working relationship with them. It's nice to be able to give back to individuals who've been around for a really long time, who maybe
Right.
haven't had community support in regards to helping them help others.
Right. So so this money will benefit Black sex workers directly? Is that what we want the audience to know?
Directly. We get it, we pass it on. There is no if, ands, or buts about it. Extremely grateful and inspired by the fact that Aquinos came forward and wanted to collaborate with us on this. It's what I'm all about, if I'm being quite honest. Believe
Yeah.
Black sex workers need to have a focus light on them in terms of being uplifted. And I
Yeah.
was very happy to see that someone else felt the same way. And of course, it would be the Black Sex Worker Collective,
Of
but
course.
just
Yeah.
the cross orgs working together for the greater good of Black sex workers. I'm all about.
Yeah. Amazing. Is there anything in particular that we haven't touched on in this brief interview that you think is important for people to know about, as far as, the landscape in Los Angeles? Like, what is it like out there now, the aftermath? There's mudslides and rain, but is there anything besides that? Like, what is sort of the atmosphere on the ground? Can you fill us in there at all?
This is what I'm getting. I see a lot of campaigns for support, like big donors coming in. Like, I see a lot of like big money coming in, and
Okay.
that's great. And I hope it gets to the right people. But usually, when big money comes in, it gets funneled down to whatever nonprofits, and then it goes into those people's pockets. It's a very long road to actually getting into the pockets of the people who need it. So
Right.
it's nice to see that the city of LA is coming together in various ways, and people are still trying to raise money to do it. But I can still see that there's a vacancy when it comes to this particular community being served and uplifted during this time.
Right. So it's basically up to the grassroots organization and community members to support these community members, because like you mentioned earlier, and what Aquinos and I talked about, is that there's no one coming for the sex workers and the Black sex workers, that we have to do it together as community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Stronger together,
Yeah.
without a doubt, especially in
Absolutely.
situations like this. And let's just be 100. These disasters are going to continue to happen. So the more we're
Right.
comfortable with coming together to raise money to help community members that are directly affected by these natural disasters, or any disaster for that matter, I feel like we're setting up the groundwork to like just keep doing it steadily as it continues to happen, because it's not going to stop, apparently.
That's a really great point. You're right. That's a really great point. Thank you for that perspective. And thank you so much for your time today. Let's let everyone know exactly how they can find Strippers United and donate to this fund.
The money for the funds, and then I believe in about 2 months, if not a month and a half, we will open up the application process to receive the funds. And if you want to be a
Okay.
part of either of those processes, I would suggest that you go to our Instagram right now, which is Strippers United. We have links in the link bios, wherever we want to put the links. And if we go to our website, if you're like, I don't like Meta, to hell with Meta, you can go to our website, and I think in the middle you'll see a donor box button. You click that button and make it happen.
The website is strippersunited.org. Find that donate button, and that will take you specifically to the fire fund. So you want to make sure when you're on that page that that is the page that you see. And you can also contact Strippers United via that website as well. Again, that's strippersunited.org, and the links will be posted in text so you can't miss it. Thank you so much, NatsHoney, for being here and for all of your hard work.
Thank you, AM, for continuing to be a service to the community. Thank you for spreading the word and being a part of it. You know, you are not Black, but you do your best so that voices are uplifted, and I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate our audience for listening, and appreciation beforehand for donating. It's pre-appreciation. So thank you guys for listening. Yes, Jesus loves strippers. Yes.
Well, you should too.